Well, welcome back in for another of our self-care art journaling sessions. So last month we did this page, which was a takeoff on this iCAD card that I did. So we used that as the journaling tag. So I have this as a bookmark from my friend Crafty Hope that she gave me, and I love it. Love it. So I've been using it as my bookmark. And so here we are at this next page, and we need to pull a prompt, a journaling prompt for this page. Mix it up really well. All right. Today I am grateful for. All right. I don't have a pocket on here already, so I have to think about what I want to do there. And then we need to figure out what to journal on. I was thinking about possibly journaling on the background, but I think that what I'm going to do is I'm going to start arting on this page and try and get to a point where I can figure out what I want to use for a way to hold my a tag or whatever I end up journaling on. Yeah, you know what? Now all of a sudden I had an idea of using this as a belly band. That would be kind of cool. So there's a thought. That's a possibility. I'm going to get going on this background and see what we do, and then we'll get back to the journaling. Let this sit right here for me to kind of think about. All right, so I am going to start off with some collage, and you will notice that my bits basket is refreshed. It's not overflowing. Two things have made that possible. One, I did a swap with Hope over at Crafty Hope, and we swapped out of our bits basket. And then two, in getting stuff together for her, I pulled out, like sometimes when I'm pulling stuff out and I rip the straight edge off, I just throw all the waste back into my basket. I had a lot of waste in there, obviously. So I'm going to pull out some scrumptious tidbits. This is actually a piece that she gave me. I think she gave me the paper, but I dyed it. And then this is some of her art roll or washi that she made, so that might come in handy. There's some of this. I'm trying to think of colors that would go with this, so if we decide to do that, then if I decide to do that, then I'm prepared. Oh, here's some fun. This is from her. That's fun. That kind of has this black and some green in it. That would be fun. There's another piece like that one I pulled out before with that it looked like she had tried to do some die cutting on. That would add a lot of texture. All right, that should be sufficient. This might be fun too. Okay, that's where we're gonna get started. And as always, I will have the supplies that I use listed down below in the description box with links, either links to my shop or affiliate links. That really helps me when you guys make purchases off of those affiliate links, and it doesn't cost you any more than what you're already paying. So, all right, I need a apron and a brush. Actually, let me use this one. I'm gonna use this one. It's like a new one, and I don't wanna. These brushes are fantastic. They're the Princeton Select Flat Wash. I love these brushes. All right, let's get going. I just realized I had this on here, so I'm gonna get this moved. I was doing some photographs and needed a white surface. There we go. I don't remember where this paper came from, but it's almost like a craft paper. It's a really nice, has really nice feel to it, and I love how it wrinkles. So this, she used some, I think it's double tack on the back, and this stuff is really strong. So I'm not gonna worry about coming in with some extra glue. but I have to get this off, the backing off, which doesn't want to behave. There we go. Yeah, it's double tack. Now I'm going to set this aside to dry and pull out some pockets. Okay, I think you guys have seen my pocket drawer. You know what? I think I am going to use this bookmarker as a belly band. I haven't done a belly band yet, so I think I'm going to do that, but I'm going to do something. But I'm going to come in with a sanding disc and push this glossy back, kind of matte, scratch it up and get it kind of matte. I don't know if you can see that. It kind of mucks up your sanding disc. And then I'm gonna come in with my scissors and just take off this edge and just cut it real close. And try not to cut off all these awesome threads. There, that's pushed back a lot, so it's hardly any shine to it. Okay. Now, having that thought through, I need to come up with something to journal onto. Not that I feel like this background is done, I don't at all. And I like how it just is inside the cover, so it's gonna have a little bit hanging out, which is kind of cool. So let me put this box back, or drawer back, and take a look at tags. I have a whole bunch of eco-dyed tags, and these really ginormous ones won't fit under, so I'll put those to the side. But these would work really well, and just look at that. It's just lovely, but I hate to write on it. So I'm gonna save that one. But I have these, which were at one time like a glossy on one side, and I was thinking maybe what I could do is use one of these and keep the matte forward and then journal on the glossy side. Of course, the glossy side has all the delicious. Yeah, look at all the glossy sides are just delicious. I think this would probably be a good one to go in there. Okay, so let's do journaling first, and then we'll finish up the page. I think I'm gonna use black since there's so much black in here. Okay, today I am grateful for it. This is interesting because I have, in the last 4 months, I've had 2 significant people in my life pass away, and coupled with the health, my mom's health she's starting to deteriorate a little bit more. Deteriorate is a horrible word, but she is 85, so you know, I gotta keep that in mind. But it's, you know, we're visiting her more, her and my stepdad more to assist them these days. So I just need to be there for her. And at the same time, I've been faced with the passing of 2 of my aunts. And that has been really, you know, has had an impact on me over the last few months. And so today, I am very grateful for the people in my life, for the people that have been in my life and have passed, as well as for the people that are currently alive and active and participating in my life. And so I am very grateful for them. And that's what I'm going to journal about. Okay, we've got that journaled. So I feel like even though I have lots of delicious texture going on, I do still want to add some additional texture. So I usually veer towards sand paste, and because that's really a big go-to for me. And let me go take a look at my mediums cart. So I've got some of this Easy 3D Flex, and it's been mixed with Universal Medium in Ivory. And I'm gonna apply it to this page and then spray some green Bister while it's wet. And I think I'm also gonna put some on this. I'm not making it real thick because I don't want it to make it hard to come in with my tag, but I want to incorporate this somehow a little bit more. So I'm mixing up the pigment that has, a Bister is part walnut ink and part pigment. So it does sometimes settle to the bottom. And I have a whole thing about Bisters. I'll link that video up in the upper right hand corner for you. It's neat because it's gotten some of this texture too. All right, I'm going to pull this up and set it aside to dry. So I dried this a little bit. It still has some more to dry. It has plastic on it. I don't want it to get, you know, warpy. So the other thing I was thinking is I've been inspired by Hope, and I used some of her papers here. She's been playing with and working with infusions, which I've had for a long time, and I've used them. But with all her that she's been doing, I went out and bought 3 additional colors. I was thinking of coming in with some of the sage and using just the crystals. Now I know they're pretty heavy duty, intense color with the crystals. I was thinking of just coming in real lightly, and I'm just gonna lay down a little bit of this and move it around with a wet round brush and let it catch more of this delectable texture up here from that paper that had been die cut. See how it soaks in and, you know, what it does. And, you know, maybe we need more. All right, so I have a lot of dark and this like blob of light in this area, and it kind of sparkles out, but I'm gonna come in with my tiny brayer and some gesso and push some of this back, let it catch the high areas of the texture. And I'm just gonna come in really lightly. The goal here is to build up some light areas and do it little by little, because I know that those water soluble colors are going to bleed through onto this gesso, and my hopes that that does happen, but that we also get some bright whites in the higher areas by slowly layering things up. I like to revert back to my brayer sometimes because I get so complacent with just using fingers because it's what feels more comfortable to me. But sometimes getting outside of your comfort zone, I have found, kind of can work to your advantage too. Plus, it adds to possibilities of just nice discoveries. The other thing I really like about this, it gives you a really, it's not what everyone would consider bokeh or boko. I'll put that up on the screen here for you, but because I think I'm slaughtering the pronunciation of it. That, to me, this feels like I'm in the forest, laying on my back, looking through the trees, looking through wildlife, and the glimpse of the light coming through the branches and that kind of thing. So this will end up going right here. That is the placement. Yeah. So maybe I should put a little bit on here too. All right, so now I'm gonna come in with my finger and build up an additional layer of white, being really precise about where I catch that. It's already starting to feel really pulled in by what I journaled about, because for me, I'm grateful for those people in my life, and some of those people aren't people that gave me a lot of joy. Some of them are people that, you know, were strife oriented for me and not so pleasant, but that I learned huge lessons from. And those same people were also people that consistently through my 58 years of life were or are people who showed up. Maybe not in the beginning, but definitely later in adulthood. And that to me is really makes them important and gives me a lot of gratitude. All right. So that feels really balanced to me. I have the large spectrum of contrast, very wide range of greens. I do want to come in with some yellow because I do have glimpses of yellow coming through. And I'm gonna come in with some of my Sunshine Yellow alcohol spray and I like this spray because I can build it up. It's not overpowering. So I'm gonna get this dry. So I'm gonna come back in with some more white just to push back some of that overspray and get the tops of my texture back to white again for that contrast. I just want a hint of that yellow coming through. Because it's alcohol spray, it dries very quickly and it is not water soluble. So it will not bleed through the gesso. And I always have to remind myself, less is more, until of course more is more. It's a fine line. Okay, so next I want to glue this down. And to glue this down, I'm going to use some Super Fabri-Tac. It hits a lot of items, so. Okay, so now I'm gonna clip it while this dries. I was thinking of using this slow stitch piece I did, but I think that it's just too much green almost. So I kind of play with it a little bit here, trying to make a decision, but I do not end up using this. So I thought maybe I would see about throwing some fibers on this, something in white to just contrast that. The darkness of the belly band. And I started playing with a whole bunch of different fibers out of my basket, but then realized I needed to go get something more specific. I have fallen in love with this crochet fiber. It is very thin and it's 100% cotton, so it dyes really wonderfully, and I'm gonna go through that and kind of pull it apart to me here. So I am gonna take my awl and start shredding it a bit. I have a jar of huge buttons. This one I have dyed. I'm gonna zoom in here. I'm looking in my monitor to see if I like that. Kind of like that one better. That's beautiful. I really like that one. Is it too big? I don't think so. I think it's beautiful in size. So I am going to go with it. Thanks, Hope, for this bookmark. Oh, goodness. I'm gonna string some of this crochet thread through the button, but unfortunately I have forgotten that I zoomed in and I haven't yet noticed my monitor and that I'm mostly off the screen. I apologize, but I am gonna get that tied up and get it adhered to the front of that book band. Big, it's bold, brings the browns in. Okay, I'm gonna let this get dry and I'll be back. All right, so this should be dry and there we have it. I really like how that turned out. The journaling was very helpful for me. It did inspire a lot of what ended up happening on this page, especially towards the end when I started to see this forest view kind of come in. It's always a place of gratitude and serenity for me. So I really love this big old button. Worked out really nicely on this. I thought about adding words, but I just feel like this needs to stand by itself. And yeah, I want to thank you for being here yet again. If this is your first time and you're enjoying it, I have a playlist I'll show you at the end screen for all of the self-care art journaling sessions that we've had this year so far. I appreciate you coming to watch. Have a wonderful rest of your day.